everybody. How are you? Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you came to visit me today. What we're going to be talking about is COVID-19 tests when you're traveling. Normally, when you take the test, the home test, you go to Walgreens, Walmart, Speedway, Target, one of those places to get you a test. And normally the tests are the Buy Next Now test, the antigen self-test, right? These won't work. These aren't permitted. So don't think that you can go quickly to the store and buy these and you can use these to get you back into the United States. What we're talking, I'm filling you all in so you'll be prepared to do international traveling. So if you decide to go out to the country, you don't have to take a test to get out of the country, but to get back into the United States, you have to take a COVID test. Now, you want to purchase your test before you leave the United States. And again, this is not the test. This will not work. So you don't want to try to go get that and do that. Also, before you go, you need to call, there's a number, you can call CDC and then ask them some information and then they can lead you in the right direction. But you have to call a company and then that does the testing. You will call them and set up a time, 24 hours before you have to come back into the United States. You have to take the test 24 hours, period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You can't be late, can't be early. It's 24 hours before you leave that country. So you have to set up a time and they'll take all of your relevant information and all that good stuff. They will text you when it's time to take your test to give you ample time to prepare. And what they'll do is they'll watch you while you're taking that test. Okay, before we move any further, you saw the one from Walmart. This is what the actual test looks like. See that? So that is the iHealth COVID-19 antigen. It says the same thing, antigen, but this is the only one that you take. There's a couple more, but CDC can let you know the ones that you need to get. And this is self-home test, 15 minutes just like the other one, but that one won't work. It's only this one. So this here is not on sale at Walmart, Target, Speedway, all those traditional places that you get the other one. It's not there. So Amazon does sell them though. So you can go to Amazon and get it. Now, plan accordingly because it could take 3 to 4 weeks before you get that test and you don't want it to be the last minute when you're getting ready to travel out of the country. So give yourself enough time to get your test. There will be 2 tests in here, just like there is in the one, the Buy Next Now. Same thing. Okay, so before we get started, I'm going to show you, what I'm going to do is show you what this one looks like first, because some of you may have used it, some of you may have not, and you don't know what it looks like. So that one, you get a card like this, and then you get the Q-tip, which is, it'll be packaged like that. And then you get your card, which is separate. It's in an envelope like this. And then you get the liquid. That is what will mix to let you know whether you're positive or negative. What you do is you take that Q-tip, swap, 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 and then you insert in here, and then you'll close this, and then you'll drop so many drops on here, and then you'll close it all away, and then you'll lay it down carefully, and then you'll wait your 15 minutes, and then it lets you know whether you're positive or negative. My first one that I took, I was positive there. My second one I took, I was negative. But I also did the PRC one, so I went to Walgreens and did all that, and they sent it away to the lab and all that good stuff. That takes way longer. This is 15 minutes. But they say that other one is supposed to be more accurate. So that was that one. This one here is a tad bit different. So you still get a Q-tip, but it's much smaller. See that? Big difference, huh? Yeah. And you have to stick it up a bit further than you do that longer one. So you have that. You have your little kit where the solution will go. And then you have your solution. Okay? Okay. So you have all of that. Now what happens? 24 hours before. What's next? They send you a text. Hey, it's almost appointment time. So now you call that number, right? You're ready. Your appointment time. So you call them and they say, what's your name? You tell them, you recite your name. You recite your address. You recite your date of birth. You do all that good stuff. And then they say, okay, show us the test. So you have to lift the box up. You show them the test. And then they want the ingredients in this box. And then so you hold up the solution. You show them that. You show them this. And then you also show them, wait, oh yeah. So it's this, and I got stuff everywhere you all. And then the Q-tip. So you show them those 3 things, and you're good. Well, 4 things. The box, Q-tip, solution, and then this. Okay, so once you do all that, they say, okay, let's get ready. They move swiftly. So they say, okay, let's get started. Take that Q-tip, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, take the top off for this solution. Stick that Q-tip in there. Swish around, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, we're done. Take that Q-tip out, put it down. You have your solution. Top's off, remember. So then you'll take it here. You go 1, 2, 3 drops. You're done now. You don't need this anymore. You can go ahead and sit it to the side. You have to wait 15 minutes for the results. They tell you all of this. And then they give you a code before they hang up. Here's your code that you're going to need to log it. Set your timer for 15 minutes. Anything past 15 minutes, the test could be void after 20 minutes. So you don't want to go past 20 minutes because it has to do a new test. You don't have an appointment for a new test. So that means you're not traveling to the United States tomorrow, in your 24 hours. So you don't want to mess up. Set that timer. Timer goes off, right? You go online, you go to the site that you need to go to, you enter the person's name, date of birth, all that stuff, and then you enter this code number. Then you have to show your passport. You have to have a copy of your passport picture showing this is who you are. You have to submit that to them. Once you do that, they'll work up a letter for you, and you have to have somewhere to print that letter because you will need that when you're trying to get out of the country. There is a lane for COVID testing people that want to get out of that country. I went to Puerto Vallarta, and so it was real hectic. Everything was going, there was so many different lines. You really didn't know, which line to get into, what you were supposed to do. Now, there are some people you are able to do this online so that you don't have to stay online. You're able to submit your letter online with your ticket information so that you don't have to do that. But a lot of people aren't familiar with it, so they end up having to stand in the line. It's a lot going on. It's so hectic. So the letter says that you're negative. It says when you took it. It has your name, date of birth, your passport number, and who the test provider is, the test device, what good stuff. This company was called, it says medical certificate, and the company is QURED, and they're in London. This will be for everybody, not saying that I went to London, I'm from London, none of that stuff at all. That's who does this for everyone when you're internationally traveling. So they'll have this letter for you, and you will need it. So don't mess up. Make sure that you follow the directions, and you should have a successful time taking the test, and you should be able to travel back to the USA safely. So I hope this helps you all to prepare for your traveling outside of the United States. Call CDC if you need more information before you travel and you're still unsure. Maybe this video helped a lot, but not enough, and you still have more questions. They can answer them accurately and guide you into the area where you need to go to be the most successful for your traveling experience. Thank you all so much, and I love helping you all. Make sure that if you're not already subscribed, that you subscribe now, and then give me a thumbs up. Hey, I just informed you and possibly saved you from being stuck in the other country. You don't want that, right? You want to come back to where you work, live, and family, and all that good stuff. So, okay, I'm going to see you in the next video. Keep being amazing, and I love you all. Till next time.